recently I've been speaking to a few people about relationships, and there's one recurring thing that keeps coming up about how they just want to have fun and be free and to sleep with whoever and anyone they want. Though there are a smaller portion, a small minority, who want to find the right person. At the same time, we have a loneliness epidemic of what's been called, whatever you want to call it, and there's more and more studies showing how most people my age, well, increasingly compared to other generations, have never been in a relationship and looking like they won't do. If you look at the statistics, it's quite concerning compared to other generations. And it's just the only people who are in relationships, most of them just seem to be sleeping around. It all just seems to be adding up to the lower birth rate. And I don't think people realise just how a massive just changes in our culture and just how artificial it seems. How like it seems my generation's view on what relationships should be has been completely destroyed by something. It's just so vastly different from before. Because if someone does eventually fall pregnant, you're pretty much encouraged to abort the baby. But even if it is born into most likely an unstable relationship. Or at least this is what I've seen in my hometown. It might be different elsewhere. It's just not creating a healthy cycle for families. But all this comes as after we've had a good few generations of people in power telling us how we need to reduce the world's population, or how having kids is bad for climate change. I mean, just look it up. It doesn't take long to find these speeches and these statistics and these speeches. It just seems it coincides with the decline of relationships and our expectations. It doesn't feel natural at all, and how we've all been pushed down this route. It just seems, when you look into it, for good at least 2 or 3 generations, you could argue, the culture has been pushing people to not have children and to sleep around, and this is the conclusion or the finality of the push for this, and it is causing the birth rate to plummet, people to not have relationships, and ones that do have relationships to not be proper ones and be not stable, and it's just corroding our culture. Because if we continue down this line, how many kids will we even have, and what families will they grow up in? It just seems it's a destruction of our people and eventually our countries if it continues like this. But it's just strange how such a thing or topic has been discussed for such a long time, and how we've eventually landed here and no one really seems that bothered by it. It's all just strange. But this could have been, could say, maybe the decline of religion. I don't know. Just strange. Curious to hear what other people have to say about it. Oh, and one thing I want to add quickly. If you want to know what I'm on about when I mean it seems like we're being pushed by some individuals not to have children, look into the Georgia Guidestones and the guidelines that are set out on those rocks. They don't exist anymore. They were destroyed a few years back. And it's looking to the fundraisers of that project, because what was written on those stones was bloody weird. And what happened, and because the person who funded it tried to stay hidden, but we know who it was now through a number of reasons. It's so weird how it all coincides with each other, how things ended up. But maybe I'm reading into things too much. You tell me. Oh, and another thing, I keep ending the recording and I keep having more ideas that come to me, is that we're becoming the Weimar Republic, and just the absolute hedonism what went on there, and just how everything slowly collapsed, and what solution the people eventually turned to when it got bad enough. It's not very comforting to see where all this is going and where it's ended up before, where people are desperate for a solution Because as time goes on, people will get more and more desperate for things to change.